Whatever.
Yes, you already know what it is, man. You be the underboss, the apex. And my partner, Hurricane Joe, isn't with us today, but I got the one and only Virgo goddess, Eunice, with us. And today we have a very special guest, keeping up with Yuli. La Yula, no? La Yuli?
La Yuli.
La Yuli, yes. Thank you for coming, Yuli.
I'm not a rapper, though.
We're going to hit the booth after this, you know what?
Yes. Fuego talk. Thank you for coming, Yuli.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I know we rescheduled and stuff, but the vibe.
We made it.
We made it, and that's what matters.
We made it. Yes, we're here. And you have your own podcast too, you said, right?
I do. Do I just look at that camera?
Yeah, you can.
Perfect.
You don't even have to look at the camera. You could we're just having a conversation, and the camera's just documenting what we're talking about.
Alrighty. Yeah, I have a podcast called Dale con Yuli. It's Spanglish, of course. It's very on brand for me. And it was me by myself, but
you and your personalities,
me and all my personalities. We interview.
You made her sound schizophrenic.
I'm a Gemini moon, so yes.
Well, there it comes.
But I feel like you say we in the sense of like your operation, no, your organization.
Exactly. Yes, the team, the project,
legit. But I interview artists, influencers, DJs. I've had TikTokers, an engineer that won a Grammy. So it's like a lot of different people, and I love that because I love music.
Amazing.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
So you love music, but you don't make any music.
No, I don't make music.
No.
People that know me know that I've tried. But that's a joke. But no, I love music. I grew up listening to every type of genre, literally like 80s pop, 90s pop, even
so
Mexican
you don't
music.
discriminate any type of music?
No, I love country music.
That.
I love country music.
Me
People
too.
are like, why the fuck do you like that? I'm like, yo, they got some
They
bops.
have some really good lyrics.
No, country. Yeah, country music's got some of the best lyrics.
I'm worried about what it's saying, so
yeah.
I definitely can relate.
Exactly. I love lyrics. I listen to lyrics. A lot of people are like, oh no, I just vibe with the beat. I'm like, no, like every song
I need all of it.
I need to become the fucking artist. Like, I need to know how you felt, you know?
The full experience.
Exactly. So I love music. I listen to every genre, and I wish I could sing. I can't. God didn't give me that talent, but he gave me the talent of talking. So I guess I'll make it in the music industry through here.
That's crazy. You got a very good voice.
You got it.
You have a very, very good voice, so I'm surprised you can't carry a tune, but...
You want to try?
I mean, we could definitely try.
We could do that.
With auto-tune and Melodyne and stuff nowadays, I'm sure I could get you right. But whatever.
I'll show you a video. You'll be like, girl, stick to modeling and the podcast. It's not for you.
I love the honesty.
Yeah. No, but that's good, though. At least you're appreciative of the music. You're appreciative of the craft and the art form, and it sounds like you appreciate the music and the lyrics, and that's a beautiful thing.
I honestly love it. I grew up listening to every type of artist. A lot of baladas, a lot of Marc Antonio Solis.
Oh yes,
yeah. My dad and my mom, exactly. So Rocío Dúrcal, Marc Antonio Solis, and that's like Jose. So it's like lyrics that you're like, whoa,
wow,
you know. And
very
Selena.
heartfelt music.
Oh, for sure, Cortavena music for sure.
Limpia tu casa.
Like when you hear Marc Antonio Solis in a Cuban household, your ass better get the fabuloso because it's time to clean.
For real,
it's Saturday morning. You gotta get up.
Definitely.
And my biggest inspiration ever is Selena.
Wow.
Selena Quintanilla. So, why did I say like a gringa, yo? Like, cancel me right now. Selena Quintanilla.
Yes.
So I just grew up around so many different types of music, so I appreciate it.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever dressed up like her?
Girl, the last 2 Halloweens I've been here. Like, people are like, stop. No, but when I was...
definitely gives off the Selena
You just switched the outfit? Did you did the purple one?
I did the purple one. Last year, I did the white outfit with the white bra and the white pants and the white cowboy boots.
The bustier that she would say?
Exactly.
Fire.
People are like, okay, let's move to another costume. We get it. But nah, she inspires like my whole like look.
But she has a whole wardrobe, so you know, I'm all for it.
You see the Virgo in me?
Here you go, ladies. Virgo power.
But yeah, like I love her, and I feel like I wasn't alive when she was alive, but I feel like she really represents the Latina woman that was born in the States but still fucks with her culture, you know. So I love her. Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful that you're tapped in like that. Even though you're so young, you're tapped into like your culture and your, you know, because I feel like a lot of young people are born here and they kind of lose that, and they get Americanized, right?
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to be like tapped in. Like even
Hispanic
her
and Latino, we gotta keep it alive.
Yeah. Even Selena had a little bit of trouble with like the Spanish when
right. She
when
was
she
a
went
Chicana,
like to,
so it was more like English. What was it?
Texana.
Tejano. Yeah. So like, you know, the Spanish language media would give her a hard time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she would have to like really learn her Spanish songs so much.
In the beginning, she didn't know how to speak Spanish. Like she was singing, but she would not, you know.
Right.
And I remember, so my dad lived in Texas, so that's where he got really into like Tejano and all that. So me growing up, he always had Selena CDs and stuff like that. So I remember having like a specific CD. I actually remember the first CD I ever bought with my grandmother. There used to be this place called Specs Music. I don't know if you guys
Wow, Specs was down here too,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
The song was here in Miami.
A CD store, right?
It was a CD store, and I remember she used to take
Was it on
me.
8th Street?
Well, there was a bunch of Specs. They were
It
all
was like
over the
a
place.
chain.
Yeah, it was a chain. There was definitely one in the mall in Westland Mall in Hialeah. There was a Specs
And
there.
you could get
They were all
movies,
over,
you could get CDs. And I remember my grandma took me there, and the first CD that I ever bought, well, obviously not with my money, but like that I picked out was the Shakira one, Oral Fixation.
Oh, wow.
That's the purple one or like burgundy-ish one?
That's the
She's
one
like-
With the
Donde
braids?
Están los ladrones, right? That's the one with that.
Oh no,
No, that's like her first
Donde
album.
Está-
That
okay.
album is fucking fire.
Yeah, that
She used to
album's
go
fire,
back to
yeah.
her rock era.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. No, it's the one where Hips Don't Lie was
Oh,
on.
okay, yeah.
So she's wearing like the leaves
Yeah.
or whatever. And she
With
has like a
the brown
baby.
Yes,
thing?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That was like, what, 2000 already, no? Like,
That's
late
so
yeah, it was like
earthy.
2004, 2000.
Yes,
it's
yes,
a
yes.
Virgo in me. I saw
Yeah.
Earth and I was like, let me.
Yeah, no, but Shakira's raw, though. She's dope, too.
I love her. I love her.
She
so.
definitely made a comeback.
Yeah.
I
You
love
could
that.
say that.
Yeah.
I wish she would have been more rock though. Like we need a Donde Están los ladrones part
Yes.
2.
Yeah, I liked her with the black hair, like the
Yes.
goth look with the little
Yeah.
purple and blue.
And the guitar, and she's all like, you know.
No, and like she said,
It
that,
was
that
very
whole album
bohemian.
was fire.
I
yeah.
like that bohemian look on her.
I love her.
The bohemian fashion, it's incredible. But that album, like her style and like the way she came across on that album was fire.
She was funky. Like it
Yeah.
was actually different.
It was
Yes.
different than
It's
all the
refreshing.
song, like the artists of
Yeah.
that time.
Yes, definitely.
And people are like, oh, because, excuse me,
She was like that early grunge type of,
There we
but like
go.
Latino twist on
Yeah.
it too. So
Like
there was like
Latin pop,
a whole genre
weird,
of
yeah,
her
like
own. I would
very
say.
sensible, like a pop sensibility to it.
so
Yeah.
when she came out with that song with the comeback for her ex or whatever, people are like, oh my God, how could she say stuff like that? I'm like, have you guys ever heard? There's a song that she has, Si Te Vas, and she literally goes, pedazo de cuero, something, something. I'm like, this is normal for her,
Yeah,
you know?
it
Like,
is.
she's like,
This is
show
standard.
right-
This is standard Shakira.
She's literally like
It
Taylor
is.
Swift before Taylor Swift,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
Latina. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
she has already, put out her own little feisty move on her music.
Yeah.
exactly.
Nah, and she's incredible. Like I love her. I mean, there's tons of Latin artists that are incredible. You know what I'm saying? But Shakira's definitely at the top of the heap to me. Like
No,
she's
for
really,
sure.
she's really one of the. And Selena también. Like those girls are incredible. But I wanted to talk to you about your pod a little bit because you say
course.
you're interviewing like what, music artists as well.
As of now, music artists. So I've had wow, it's been a while. It was in March. So I've had a couple artists on there. I had a Grammy award winning engineer producer who's a woman. So I was like, you better come on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, who's
Pamela
that?
Velez.
Oh, really?
Fire. Has worked with Anuel, Manuel Turizo, like Eladio Carrion, whatever. So she's really like, and she was on and we had such a conversation of like just music. Like honestly, I wasn't even like, I was letting her talk. I was asking my questions like a regular fan because I fuck with music, and I'm like, dude, to see a woman like in that position,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But we've had a TikToker DJ from Canada who's Mexican. I was like, there are Latinos in
Wow.
Canada, bro. Like,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, there are.
Yeah,
She's
we're
like,
all
Let me
over.
get complex here.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? We're everywhere. But he came down to another artist named Manu Manso, who's Venezuelan, and she has like an R&B type of vibe, which is very different now because everybody's in like the reggaeton space.
Right.
Yatsi, another Venezuelan artist, and then we recently had Armand, who is Neon 16's latest artist. He's like their prodigy type.
Nice.
Okay.
He's Dominican. He was on Netflix's La Firma, which was like a music style like competition show.
Okay, perfect.
And then he got, I think, second place. And then Neon 16, the record label, signed him. And then I was able to get him on the podcast. So that was the latest one that we have. But
Nice.
yeah, it's just a lot of variety, a lot of different Latinos. And what unites them is just music and creativity.
That's beautiful. And what's the
Thank
podcast
you.
called?
Dale con Yuli.
Dale con Yuli. And you're on
Oh,
Instagram,
yeah, I'm
no?
definitely checking that out.
On Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere.
Anywhere
wanna
you hear
watch it.
podcasts. All right. So follow at Dale con Yuli. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's awesome.
It's a lot of Spanglish, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one that I did, I tried to do it only in Spanish.
I think we do that here a little bit sometimes.
A little bit.
It comes
Yeah.
out.
It's
Not
just,
as much as I'd like, but yeah, but
So the latest artist, he speaks Spanish. Well, he speaks English as well, but like all his fan base is in Spanish. So I was like, okay, you need to speak Spanish. Because in every video they're like, ¿por qué no habla español? ¿Por qué eres una ridícula no habla español? I'm like, bro, like y'all don't understand. Like I know how to speak Spanish, but like I don't know if it happens to you guys. Like I learned Spanish from like my family and like conversation or Spanish and everything. I didn't learn Spanish like professionally.
Right.
So that's why
it's like our home language almost, because people are like,
like
is Spanish your first language?
With your family.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my first language, but it's like my home language.
Do you think in Spanish or English?
I think in English though, for
Me
the most
too.
part.
It transitioned though, because my first language was Spanish.
Yes, because as a little kid.
Right.
Are you Cuban?
I'm Cuban and Nicaraguan.
Okay, Cuban and Honduran. Okay, so as a little kid, Cubans are always like, or Hispanics are like, okay, en la casa, Spanish. Y tú like learn English in school.
Yeah, you manage over there. Don't bring it over here because we don't know what
my
you're
mom
saying.
hated that when we were talking English in the house. Habla en cristiano, muchacho. No me estés hablando eso, tú no eres gringo.
So yeah, like with your family, you would speak Spanish, but like you think in English, like you socialize
your
in English.
thought process, everything.
I'm sure you spit game, you flirt in English.
I mean, yeah, no, for sure. I do everything in English, but like the Spanish is very natural to me. Like it's very native. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
could deal
with it as well. But there is at times that I get stuck.
Oh my God,
yeah.
I start like trying not to translate it directly from English because if not you're saying everything backwards.
It comes out a little. It comes out
awkward.
That's why I don't do a lot of Spanish, because I know Joe doesn't. Like, you know, he mixes up the Spanish a little bit. You know, he's got the Dominican.
That's that New York.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Dominican?
Huh?
Dominican?
Like my usual partner, my usual co-host, he's from New York and he's Dominican.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Dominican German.
Allá se les olvida el español.
Yeah,
over there,
they
drop it.
Different flow.
Yeah.
It's not like in Miami. In Miami, like you're not gonna lose the Spanish. You might not know how to write it or whatever, but you're gonna be interacting at some point.
Like I'll talk
at some point in the city. Throughout the day, you're gonna have to speak Spanish.
I'll talk with Latin people throughout whatever, you know, throughout my day, and they're like, "Oh, pero tú naciste en Cuba, o tú te criaste en Cuba." No, bro, no, I was born here. I was actually born in Chicago. I was raised here. No, pero oye, tú hablas español como un cubano.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because
we still have the accent.
Because we keep it very close. Like I feel like we keep it. Like I said, I don't think in Spanish, but it's always there. It's like, you know what I mean? I can instantly go to it, right?
Always.
Yeah. Are you the same? Are you guys the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned Spanish literally because my grandma taught me. Well, my mom and my dad and everything. But I, like, in school.
You're like with her, I definitely had to speak in English.
Oh, yeah. Like, my grandma.
I mean,
like,
in Spanish.
To this day, she's like, yo no te entiendo. She watches all my podcasts. She watches all of them. She's like, mira, a veces no te entiendo lo que tú estás hablando.
Pero te quedó muy bonito.
Te quedó muy bonito.
Yeah, at least she watches it.
Yeah,
no,
man.
she comments on everything.
That's a beautiful thing.
She's very like a modern grandma, so she's like on WhatsApp, she's on Facebook, she's on YouTube, she comments on my YouTube, she sends me the video, like she's like that.
You're so blessed to still have her. That's a beautiful thing.
She's 82, and I'm like, que me dure pa toda la vida.
Yes.
That's like my best friend.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, like I noticed when I started getting into like the reggaeton industry with modeling and everything, obviously a lot of people speak Spanish there.
That too.
And I was like, I got it. Like, I speak Spanish. And they would, like, be saying words. And I'm like, yo no te entiendo, but, like, let's vibe.
I remember that.
Yeah, because their Spanish is different than ours.
That's what I was going to say. The thing about the Hispanic culture is that there's so many different words and different dialects within the Spanish they use.
Yes.
It's especially, like a whole slang for each country.
Yeah, especially, like, the Boricuas. They got their own flow, their own.
Let's go there. So, bicho to Puerto Ricans is something else.
Oh, my God.
Bicho to, like, Cubans is a bug.
It's nothing. It's a bug. Es una cucaracha. Oye, cuidado con el bicho ese. If you say that around the Boricua, they be like, acho, ay, mira, oye, mira.
No, and then for
verdad, papi, no te hablando así.
The crazy part is that for them, it's the male, and then for, like, Central Americans, it's the female.
Yeah.
So, when my mom hears them say that, she's like, she's thinking they're talking about women.
What?
But they're talking about the man part. So, she's like, she gets super mind blown. She always says that. ¿Qué es esa cochinada? Esa cochinada.
So Hondurans, so they have the word tortillera. Tortillera to Honduran is a place where they sell tortillas. So Cubans, that is something else.
The Cubans is totally worse.
So when my parents were together and my dad's like, oh, let's go to take a trip to my family. He goes, yeah, you're not pile tortilleras. So my mom's like, where are you taking?
No, espérate. You know
where are we going again? I didn't sign up for this.
Yo, that's so funny, bro. Yeah. That's like a comedy skit all in itself.
That's what happens when you have like a really crazy division of culture in your house. I mean, it's not bad.
It's hilarious.
It's not like they go at it or anything, but it's crazy when you're in the midst of it. I had to go through a couple things in school because of it.
Yeah.
How was it for you? Did you experience like a division between being Cuban and Honduran in your school at any point?
Not really. So I went to middle school in Kendall, so we were all Cuban.
Right.
So it was just
the Cubans outnumbered the Hondurans.
Like, we're just all Hispanic. Then for high school, my first year, I went to this school. It sounds really weird, but it was my first experience with a lot of white people. And I was like, I've never experienced this before.
Typical Miami girl.
I was like, I got here, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it was really, like, not segregated. I don't know if that's a word, but very separated.
Right.
For example, like, the white kids were here, and, like, not just white, like, white, country, camel wearing, country music loving, like that. Then it was like Hispanics, but the Hispanics were separated. There were the Central Americans, there were the Cubans, there were the black people, but like the Haitian people were separate from the black people. Like,
because the Haitians don't get along with like the North American, like the Zoes don't vibe with the Yankees. They got beef. They got beef.
And I don't know any of this stuff. Okay, so I get there and I'm trying to like hang out with the Cuban people, but
they're like what grade?
My 9th grade year, imagine. Literally your first year of high school, you don't even know who you are. Then you're in this fucking school. I'm like, where the fuck? Like,
you're going through all this turmoil.
It gets so like that with the stereotypes just to top it off. So it gets like really deep.
It's like a social civil war.
Yeah, so I try to be friends with the Cuban people and they're like, tú naciste aquí, tú no eres cubano, no sé cuánto. I'm like, I'm sorry, my name starts with a Y though. Like,
that's another thing.
I fit in with you guys.
That's another thing, because even the Cubans will be like, no, tú eres gringo, tú naciste aquí,
no, I'm not. And I'm like,
what do you mean?
Come on.
Yeah.
Then whatever, so I made friends with all the like the regular white people, the black people too, but like the white girls or like my white friends, they would think I was like Mexican or something, and like that was the first time.
They automatically go to Mexico. They don't know about Nicaragua or Honduras.
So then we're all Mexicans.
Yeah. So they would be like, oh, like why does your name start with a Y? Why isn't your name just Yuli? Like, and then I'm dead ass. Like, I'm like, I wish I was lying.
You're like, I don't know. Let's go ask my mom.
I was like, I don't know. And they're like, oh, so how do you learn English? And I'm like, I was born here. Like, oh my God, I get that all the time. Because I kind of have branded myself like in Spanish. But then people will be like, oh my God, your English is so good. I'm like, shit, I would hope. Like, I get it, like Florida education, but I was born here. Like, I was raised here. But that was really weird. But then I went to like, I moved schools and I went to like just a school. I was like predominantly Hispanic and black, and it was normal.
It was like normal, yeah.
Yeah, and then I went to FIU for college, so you already know.
Yeah,
right. Big ass fucking Cuban flag in the.
It's a beautiful blend, yeah. But that's what it is. Like, I feel like people who aren't Latin don't understand how we are so proud of it, how we champion Latinos so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel, like we're always very proud. Like,
listen, and I'm gonna say something right now, and I know people are gonna say that I'm lying, but I don't give a fuck because it's the truth.
Hey.
So, oh my God, I just put lipstick on here. I'm really my
good.
Selena.
You're good. Okay. Relax.
So when I was a teenager and I was growing up, I'm 25 now, but when I was growing up, listening to reggaeton was not cool. Okay, if you were growing up and you were listening to reggaeton, and this was the era where like. Okay, so my mom always listened to reggaeton. So I grew up on like Hector El Father, Daddy Yankee, Wisin y Yandel, all of that. But around like the 2010s, 2015, J Balvin, Nicki Jam's coming back again, whatever, it's that vibe. That was not cool to listen to. You would not listen to that in public.
Right. So what were you guys listening to at that time?
Bro, Lil Wayne, Drake, A$AP Rocky, like that was the vibe, you know,
Hip hop, yeah.
Rap. In middle school, rap, whatever. Now, in recent years, it's like acceptable to be listening to like Spanish music, like Spanish like reggaeton.
Well, reggaeton made a comeback.
J Balvin, Bad Bunny, obviously. Now it's cool. Back when I was like in school, that was not. They would call you a ref.
Right.
They'd be like, oh, like you're a ref, like whatever, like play that Drake or whatever. But
yeah. Because reggaeton kind of had like that big wave in the beginning with Yankee, Gasolina.
Yeah, when I was in middle school, that we would have like still house parties and stuff. We were definitely into reggaeton, and I think it's because that was like the early wave of like a lot of people that were migrating over here. Yeah. So they were already incorporating into the schools, and we were all chilling and we were all jamming to that. Yeah. But yeah, for a while, like the reggaeton, like it changed. Yeah, I think that the fact that they made it more like trap is what. That opened up the doors.
Yeah, they kind of reinvented it. Like, that's what I was going to say.
Reggaeton moved to trap, and then people were like, shit, the Migos are singing this, but this is some shit that sounds like the Migos, but it's in
Spanish.
Yeah. So then people started like adapting to it, and then it was cool. But I remember like no,
I like the dancing version of it. The
I'm glad we made
I could go for that.
The dembow like that, but
yeah,
I wanted to say that because I know people are gonna be like, no, that's not true. I was listening to J Balvin back. Like, no, you weren't. Like, that was not. You were not. You were listening to Drake.
Nobody really was. Yeah. Like, and J Balvin wasn't even popping at that era that you're talking about, because he just popped off after 2010.
Yeah.
J Balvin wasn't around before 2010.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of it.
No, it's true. He's a little bit more new than that.
So those years is, like I said, that was like the reinvention of reggaeton. Like, you know, it was kind of like nobody was really, like she said, nobody was listening to reggaeton at that time.
At least not here. Like,
it was only like the older folks that were still like staying on their careers.
Exactly.
People weren't really like internationally playing all of that.
Yeah, but the whole resurgence, like with Bad Bunny, like you said, J Balvin, Anuel, like those guys, I think have really taken it to another level. And then the trap production, I think, has a lot to do with it. They
refreshed the vibes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And
I'm just glad that they're paying their dues, like with all the pioneers, because there's nothing like them on the tracks.
Listen, my mom's a huge Theo fan, a huge one, and the Bad Bunny album just came out. And he has a song with Young Miko, which is another like rising artist.
Fina, Fina, she's dope.
I love her.
Shout to Young Miko, man.
Shout out to Young Miko.
Yeah, shout to Bad Bunny too. The homies Winner Circle got like 6. Smash David, congrats to all of them over there. They got like 6 productions on the new album.
Fire.
So yeah, congrats to all the
that
all
album.
The
I was like, this is the Bad Bunny that I started listening to.
Yeah,
trap shit.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, like, this is horrible. Like, he's being so rude. I'm like, bro, that's what trap music is, dog. Like, it's about tirándola a la gente. Like, it's not like,
la tiradera.
You know, like, I'm sure that he sat down and he was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this. And everybody could get it.
And it's very street. Like, it's very malienteo. Like, you know, it's that vibe. You
exactly.
Know what I mean?
So, like I was saying, like, my mom loves Teo. So I play Fina for her. And when she heard the Teo sample, she was like, no way.
Yeah.
No way. Like, she went crazy.
That's hard.
Yeah, so I grew up on Teo, Hector El Father, Wisin y Yandel, Daddy Yankee, all of that.
Ooh, those are heavy hitters right there.
Yeah. I wish I would have done a video with Daddy Yankee before he retired, but whatever.
Girl, you never know. People come back out of retirement.
Yeah, I don't think Yankee's gonna retire for good. I think he's gonna be like Hove. He'll come back every once in a while.
That's what I'm saying. They always come back out of retirement for something.
Yeah.
True.
So that's your goal, huh? To do a video with Daddy Yankee.
I mean, honestly, I would love to.
Yeah.
Because that's like okay, I did that. Like, that's it. Like, I don't care about anything else. But wow, I just went blank now.
No, but you are taking the modeling thing serious though.
Yes. When I started, I took it very seriously. I wasn't signed. I'm not signed to an agency yet. I don't know if I want to be signed anymore. But anyways, I've always done things like no manager, nothing, just me. And I started in 2019. You know, just taking pictures, collabing with photographers, and whatever se me dio. And I literally get the biggest video of my life, which to this day people bring up, and they know me as that, and I love it.
Which one was that?
It's called La Difícil by, I don't know if you've heard of him, Bad Bunny.
Come on.
I don't know if you've heard of him, but so I get
La Difícil. So you're in La Difícil.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I get that role, which was crazy because I've always been a huge Bad Bunny fan. And when they told me like, hey, like audition for this, I was like, audition for a music video? I've never seen that before. They didn't tell me who it was for. So I'm there like just around. I don't even care, like whatever. They give me a whole script. I'm like, whatever. They tell me I get the role. I'm like, okay. And when I found out what the storyline was, which is basically me, it was like acting basically. So it was, the whole video is about like a single mom in the 2000s, that she's like a video vixen, but she takes care of her kid. So like during the day she's with her kid or whatever, but then she's like out in these music videos, in these parties, whatever. And then the whole video is like that. It's a great like video, like great, not because it's me, but like just like the storyline is insane. So when I see that, I'm like, oh shit, like this whole video is gonna be me.
Dope.
And I didn't even know I was gonna get to meet him, because you know sometimes in production like they'll shoot the artist's part and they'll shoot the girl's part.
Separate,
then,
right.
I get to meet him and I'm like, holy shit, like literally this was February 2020. Literally in December, I was doing a fucking line at Live for 2 hours so I could be like front row because he was performing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, my life is crazy. And I remember I'm trying to act all cool. Mind you, like, he had just done the fucking Super Bowl with J-Lo and Shakira. But I'm trying to be cool because, like, this is a job, you know? Like, we're not groupies out here. So I'm just, like, sitting there. And I was like, oh, like I started speaking Spanglish. And he's like, Acho, mami, yo no te entiendo un carajo. ¿Tú sabes hablar español? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, sorry. And he's like, I'm still speaking English. He's like, what? I'm like, I know, cool, but I was like, but I had to tell him, I had to give him his flowers. And he was like, oh, thank you, whatever, like, super humble. So from there, that obviously, like, gave me so many other opportunities to be in videos for, like, Jay Wheeler, Anuel, Fade. I actually did 2 for Fade. Just so many videos that I'm like, damn, like, I would have never thought. Because back in the day, in reggaeton videos, the models were all, like, natural. Like, you know, natural, flaquitas, or whatever body they had, but it was natural. But when reggaeton came back again, it was all like voluptuous women, all it, and that's fine.
All this new
enhancements.
BBL, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I saw the videos and I would be like, oh shit, like I wish I could be in one of those videos, but like I don't meet that like beauty standard. So then I freaking get the biggest role ever, and it's all like I'm a natural girl. I had my braces at the time, which a lot of people told me like,
they're cute. I like brace face. I don't know.
Let me tell you, girl, when I started modeling, they were like, close that mouth, because we can't give you that camera time with the braces. And I remember somebody told me, and I'm not gonna say who it was because whatever, but they were like, I would love to have you as a main girl in a music video, but you have braces, and that's not gonna work. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then literally a month later, I do it, and I see her on that set, and she says hi to me, and I was like, how do you like them braces though?
How you like me now?
How do you like me now? She's like, they picked you with those braces? I'm like,
yeah, I guess I got lucky, right?
I got lucky.
Yeah.
But that's just another thing. Like, anybody can tell me, oh, you can't do something, and I'm be like, yeah, I can, and then I'll do it, and then I'll have to prove you wrong. Una galleta sin mano type shit.
Of course,
you know?
yeah. And
but
that's
when
beautiful. That's beautiful that you continued forward and you pursued it no matter what.
Of course, because anybody else, or if my skin wasn't that, like, how do you say, if I was sensitive, it would have been like, yo, you know what, like, let me stop until like
you would have got discouraged.
Yeah. Exactly, that's the word. But I was like, no.
That's very important though, what you just said right now, because you do have to have thick skin in this business.
Oh yeah.
Especially as a young lady, because you guys get scrutinized like very, you know what I'm saying, like a lot. You know what I mean? Like at every turn.
Much,
yeah, almost too much, right?
When you're like modeling, you have to be down. Not that you have to be down, but like you have to be. Damn, my English is going away. My everything.
It's the Spanish. Ahorita se te olvida todo.
Yeah, vamos para el Spanglish.
You have to be like down to get rejected, low key, because like everything you're gonna be rejected. You can't get
at some point. Yeah,
exactly. And I tell girls that like hit me up like, oh, what do you like recommend? I'm like, dude, like you can't go into places thinking that you're gonna get that job. Obviously, you go confident and you do the best that you can, but you can't think like every job that I'm auditioning for or casting for I'm gonna get. Because that's just not reality. Yeah. They can't have the same girl in every fucking video.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Looking for a blonde, tall girl, and then you look like me. Right. I don't fit that, you know? Right. So it's nothing personal. It's not that I'm not pretty.
Of that video.
You're not the vision that the director is looking for.
Right.
So I feel like in music, it's the same thing. Like, you're going to have people that fuck with your music and want to listen to it. And other people are going to be like, this is horrible.
Very true, yeah.
And that's it. Like,
yeah, you can't control that.
So when I got that, I was like, shit, like, I got something going here. And then from there, that just gave me the confidence to like, I would get these videos, and I was like, okay, oh my god, I'm like cold. So then I was like, okay, this year I was like, I love modeling, I love it, but I need to take this to another level. Okay, I need to take acting classes. I've never taken acting classes. I want to.
Wow.
But I was like, you know what, I've always wanted to have my own platform. I've always wanted to have my own show. So how am I gonna do it? And then this year, I just decided it's time. You know, like I graduated college in 2020 with a bachelor's in broadcast media communications.
Oh, we gotta throw a little applause.
For real.
Shout out to Yuli.
Yes, congratulations, because that's like my partner always says, that's a very big commitment, and to follow through and actually get your degree, we always congratulate.
Especially coming from Miami.
Yes. No, like, because it's
there's
not
so much to get lost in.
Listen,
you know?
My mom was like, if you want to be living in my house rent free, I don't mind. You need to get tiene que tener ese título so I can hang it out.
Yeah.
And it's also like a backup plan, because I also have a minor in psychology and in marketing. So I was like, whatever I do here, I'm gonna have a job somewhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do, But so I got my degree, whatever. But this year is already like almost 3 years since I graduated, and I was like, okay, like I need to go back to like, because I love to talk. I love shit like this. I love talking to people. But when I was in school, I was like, I don't like how they're teaching us. Because obviously, like, we had professors that would teach us about, like, writing articles, which, of course, you need to learn how to write as a journalist. But I was like, I don't see myself working in the Miami Herald. I don't see myself working on Channel 7. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm, like, very fun. I'm very, like, entertainment or that. And they didn't.
That has so many guidelines. It's like,
that's
in a
another
box.
thing.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, I don't like being told what to do, what to say, how to say it, like, who to like, no. Yeah. So, and I was like, you know, this is time.
You're a boss.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, but what I think what it is, I think what Yuli's aiming at is that's kind of like the old media method, right? Like those old platforms, right? The newspapers and the radio, the television, right? That's like the old school way of media
it's
covering
like everything
things, right?
is too by the book.
Yeah.
You want to be like more yourself, more versatile.
Like even like with the music artists. Like back in the day, an interview with a music artist was maybe 5 minutes at the end of a radio show. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, you know, Laz had 6 to 10 a.m. on Power.
Oh my God,
The last 5 minutes was when you could interview an artist.
Right before the commercial.
You know what I'm saying? I remember I brought Ross up there one time and it was like 5 minutes at the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? We were there for like 2 hours and that's it. Oh, the new album. Oh, Port of Miami's coming out. And that's it. And we were out of there.
That's
all
they
had.
just use it right
Why?
before like the commercials.
Because
like,
of the
right?
advertisers, because of whatever, you know, X, Y,
would
Z,
just be
whatever
like
it
an
is.
intro.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we have our own pods. We have our own time. We could sit down with an artist. We could talk for an hour.
You can
You know
learn
what I mean?
so much insight about what goes on in people's
Yes.
Like, not that we care all the time about people's personal life, but it makes you look at the artist as more of a normal person versus like,
you know,
oh, they're just a superstar.
Right. And
exactly.
I feel like you build a
great
different
twist on
bond.
it.
You
No,
feel like
definitely.
you strengthen your bond with that artist, right?
So when I have
For
somebody
sure.
on the podcast, obviously I research them because I don't want to be like, you
Right.
know, like blindsided. But I research them, but I just vibe. I don't have questions.
Right.
I just talk to them. It's a regular conversation.
Again, with the no specific expectation.
Exactly. You know.
But that's what makes it beautiful, I think.
So you're very
That's
like
continuity, right?
you're
Like,
into abstract. Like
Girl, I talk to anybody. Like when I go to Sedano's with my grandma, I start talking to the cashier. Like,
Don't I tell
talk
you
to
guys
fucking
that all the
everybody,
time?
bro.
I
Like,
could talk to a kid or to an old lady on a bus stop. It doesn't
when
matter.
I was little, I used to watch all the talk shows with my grandma. Like I used to watch all the talk shows.
Laura, Caso
Laura,
Cerrado.
Cristina, Caso Cerrado, all of them. And I was like, damn.
wow.
One day I want to do that.
La Virgen de Guadalupe.
You know, all that shit. Laura, when she used to be like, ¿Qué pasa, desgraciado? I was like, damn.
¿Qué
Like,
pasa, desgraciado? Y empezaban las galletas.
Cristina, which is like our Cuban Oprah, like,
Yeah.
you know. So I grew up watching all of that, and
She had a career off that, man.
She really
made
did.
money off that.
Oh, there was the Caso Cerrado lady too.
And then she would have all the stars on there.
dude. I feel
All
like
the
back in the day,
actors.
and you're like Latin, going on that show was like
No,
You had
it
to.
was.
You had to.
You had to.
Yeah,
If
you
not,
had to.
you're not gonna make it out.
If not, you ain't shit.
Exactly. Like, if
What
Cristina didn't have you-
about Walter Mercado?
Because
that's me.
Legend.
That's why I love
Legend.
horoscopes, bro.
There
Because
you
I
go,
used to
me
watch
too.
that with my grandma, and like obviously I'm a little kid, so
Yeah.
he's saying all these words I don't understand. My grandma's a Virgo as well, so when it was
Here
our
we go,
turn,
Virgo power, guys.
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
was
yeah.
our turn, I would just look at her and be like, "Okay, translate it now," and she would tell me.
Yeah,
Mind you, I was at like 6 years old
Walter's
talking
a
about
legend.
horoscopes. And
Yeah.
shit.
No, legend.
So I always knew I wanted to do this. Like I remember I used to. My parents knew I was gonna be like in modeling because my dad, he's very into cameras. So like back in the day with the VHS, always had a VHS. My whole freaking childhood is on tape.
Documented.
It's like
that's
a
lit.
reality show type shit. Like
And you were,
everything.
and let me guess,
Well,
you were his
you're
talent.
ready.
You
Of
were his
course.
talent.
And so it's me and my brother. My brother is literally the opposite of me. My brother's like more reserved. He doesn't like
Right.
that. So I was the star. So it was like we'd go to the park. So like my little brother would be playing, little girls playing, and I'd be like, "Papi,
He's lost
grábame
completely.
así. Grábame acá. Whatever. We're gonna do a show.
We're doing
And
the whole show.
like, let's say on a
Ven,
Saturday.
sígame, que me sigan las cámaras, ven.
So I would
Este
be
es
like,
el slide, mira.
no, deadass. Like anyway, like I would do that. My
She's
dad-
like doing MTV
She's
Cribs.
doing the intro.
Yo, you see, that's why I think I always wanted my own podcast because I
Yeah.
would do like MTV Playground. Like,
Yeah.
this is like, you know. So, whatever. Like, I was obsessed with Selena. I would watch the movie every day. And I
You
was
would do the
like,
little dances.
of course, I did my own like concert. So my dad had that concert like on VHS because like when it
He
happened,
filmed
like,
your whole
recorded.
concert. He had
Yeah,
your
he
whole,
recorded
your
my
whole
whole
performance.
concert. I had the whole outfit changes,
With
everything.
the
I
little
knew.
plastic high heels.
Girl, you know the ones from like I don't know, like Costco or whatever they used to sell, and it was a toy. So my uncle, I'm telling you, like my parents knew I was meant for like startup.
Destined for greatness.
So my uncle used to buy me like the big ass boxes of like the plastic heels. Mind you, these are
That's what I'm
plastic
talking about.
heels
With the little feathers.
That's not for you to be walking out in the street.
Of course not.
My mom would be like, okay, I'm gonna go to Publix. You wanna come with me? I'd be like, yeah, but let me get ready. So I put on heels.
With the
full
clutch.
outfit.
Girl, I had the heels. I had the clutch. I had a hat. I had an umbrella too because you never know in Miami. Oh, purse.
And your mom wouldn't tell you nothing. Ay, Yuli.
My mom would be like, mira, I choose happiness today. I'm not going to argue with you. Whatever, let's go. So I would be around.
That's how it is. It's exhausting. I can't.
¿Tú quieres ir así a la tienda? Dale, vamos.
Así mismo.
I was telling her today, I'm like, I'm sure people thought you were a horrible mom because, like, why did you let me walk around with you? With this, like, footwear that is not, like, good. My mom's like, look, sometimes I would tell you,
with that hard plastic in the front where you're getting blisters.
Girl, but I can walk in heels now because of that.
Imagine.
So I'm not a pata
she had a lot of training.
So I'm like, you're probably like with this little girl at our Publix, like just clogging away, and people are probably like, wow, this lady, like she lets her daughter do whatever. But she was like, look, it was either fight with you or let you be happy. You're not doing anything wrong.
Of course.
So and I've always been like, so all of this, I love it.
That's a beautiful thing. My dad always used to say, los niños nacieron para ser felices.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So let her do whatever she wants to do as long as she's happy.
Exactly. Like, you know, so I was like out here with my outfits, my little plastic heels. To this day, we still go to that Publix and there's a lady that works there and she's like, oh, yo me acuerdo de ti cuando tú venías aquí con tus tacones plásticos. And I'm like,
oye, vaya. Muchacha, no, ni me recuerdes de eso ahora. She's probably like...
She works at the bakery. She says I would just like be walking around with my purse, my umbrella, my hat, my heels. But yeah,
you're missing the little feather thing right here.
I'm sure I pulled one out one time. I'm sure I did. I
don't know
crazy.
what those are called.
A boa.
There you go. Yes.
I was very like. So my brother's literally the opposite of me. We're like 3 years apart, and he's very like reserved, very like video games and all that. So like when he was.
So he was very much the like stop.
Oh yeah, but then to bother me, I would be doing like my little concerts, and he would like interrupt, and I'm like, get out! Like you can't be in the shop. So yeah, I had a very.
So he's older or younger?
Younger.
Okay.
Yeah, we're 3 years apart.
Okay.
But to this day, like if we're on family vacations, he takes like my pictures and stuff. So he's supportive.
Really?
Because I scream at him and make him. But yeah.
That's beautiful. So you guys get along good. That's what I was gonna say. Because you guys have a good relationship then.
I feel like we do. We're close. But obviously, if I had a sister, maybe I would have been like closer. Because obviously, like we're boy and girl, and then growing up, like the 3-year difference. Like for example, my brother was 10, I was 13, so it was just different. But now we're closer. When we were little, is like fighting and
the age difference now becomes almost nothing.
Exactly.
That's what's up. That's a beautiful thing. At least you got somebody to always, you know,
to take my pictures.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, and hold you down for sure. No, come on. I'm sure your brother comes in handy for a lot more things than that.
Listen, I come in handy for him a lot, okay?
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah.
When he was in high school, I used to do his projects for him.
Really? Oh, wow. I thought he was the smart one.
Listen, we're both smart, but he's
yeah?
lazy. Like, I remember growing up, I was like, I have to have straight A's all the time. And then my brother would get like a C. He'd be like, I passed. So
a C's good.
He was like, a C is good.
We made it.
But even as an adult too, like, when he was getting into college or whatever, I was like doing his like FAFSA, his applications for him and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're his secretary.
I'm his mom, part 2, like. Because Hispanic little boys, bro, like no. But
I'm trying to avoid that right now in my household.
Do you have a child?
I have 3.
Girl, boy.
I have 2 boys and a girl, and it's totally that world for sure.
Oh yeah. Who's the oldest one?
A guy. He's a boy.
Oh.
He's a total guy. He's like your brother,
smart,
you know.
Though.
He's super smart, but he doesn't want to do anything either.
Yeah.
If anything, he's so smart, he's gonna
manipulate the other ones.
There you go.
It's probably like, hey, do this for me.
He'll manipulate grandma, the middle child, the little one, me, everybody.
He's manipulating more.
He's 13. He's 13.
He manipulated the whole family.
Oh, he's a Capricorn.
He's a Capricorn. Yeah, he's running the show over there.
What sign are you?
I'm Aries.
Oh wow.
And my middle son is an Aries.
According to the Virgo goddess, I'm an Aries.
Yes, he is.
I don't know. I don't believe in any of that stuff.
And how does that go with like the mom being the Aries, not the Virgo? Does she think you're her mom? Like, does she tell you you're not my mom? Because my mom used to tell me that.
But I'm like the password child, so I know her passwords. Like, you know, and she's like, "Oh, what's my Apple ID?" So I have to go. I'm like, "How the fuck am I?" Were
you your mom's like accountant / assistant / secretary since you were like really small?
Yeah.
Me too. It was crazy.
But like Aries, you guys have a very strong como carácter.
Yeah.
You know, and then we have a strong carácter. So there's like clashing, and obviously we're mom and daughter and stuff like that. But
we get along great though.
I get along with my mom like amazing.
Yeah.
But not on those bad days when she will get up on the wrong side of the bed. You're like,
no. And I'm a very moody person. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
We
if
know
I wake
that
up
about
having
Virgos,
a bad
guys.
day, don't fuck with me. Don't talk to me until like 12 p.m. I don't like people asking me questions. Like,
don't talk to me before I had my coffee.
Girl, if I am already annoyed, right, and then it's like 8 a.m. and you're asking me a bunch of questions, I'm literally just I can't. Like,
you're gonna bite someone's head off.
I'm throwing.
Or you're gonna give him the death stare. Because sometimes we choose to just swallow it because we know it's gonna be so bad if we let it out. So it's just like you take a deep breath and you don't.
But imagine it's one of those days where like you've literally like everything has happened to you. You spilled coffee on yourself. You're already running late. Everything has happened to you, and you just get there and someone's just like asking you hella questions. I'm like, don't talk to me, please.
That's what I'm saying. You're just like. Does your eyes start to twitch when you're real mad?
Yes, or when I'm stressed out.
Oh my God! So is this indicative of Virgos?
I think so.
Yes. Like all these characteristics. Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
I believe in it because it's fun.
Because the Virgo goddess swears by this stuff. I don't believe.
Why don't you believe in it?
I just
you never watch Walter.
I mean,
I did when I was a kid, like with my parents. You know, they would come, and even my dad would be like, and I'd be like, "But you're into this guy? What's up with you guys?"
It's
like,
that daily horoscope,
but,
man.
You know, Walter was a legend. Like I said, everybody would sit around and just watch. Oh, Virgo, no sé qué.
Damn, the impression's on point.
Yeah, pero
we're gonna dress you
amor,
up for Halloween. Watch out.
Yeah, no, he was. Look, that guy was a legend. I acknowledge that.
We know whose wig you're gonna borrow, Chris Johnson.
No, relax.
You gotta lend them the wig so you can do the Walter Mercado with the little.
Hey, I got a really good friend, Nancy, who when Walter, I think before he passed away or after he passed away, they did like an auction, and they sold a bunch of like his stuff. My buddy Nancy went and grabbed a bunch of stuff. He has a bunch of like capes of his.
Yeah, really
like,
nice stuff.
Badass stuff. Like he has it up. He has like
it was some
like
classy shit, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, shouts to my brother Nancy, man. He's got a bunch of like vintage,
That's
Walter
awesome.
Mercado stuff that he actually wore. Like, you know those badass capes that he used to wear?
He used to have everything, and then he would like match the background. Like to me, that's some ultimate shit. Like I want to match.
The guy was a legend, bro.
I want to match with everything.
There's like a show on Netflix about him. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really
I
good.
think I did watch it. I'm not 100, but I think so.
Really, really good.
Because I know there were kids that like, or families that just thought that was like devil shit, and they're like, don't like believe in horoscopes. Like, don't watch it.
Right? Yeah. Like the Christian, the Christian households were always like, oh no, Walter Mercado, no.
Yeah.
My parents, we grew up Catholic, so you know how it is.
I'm just into science, which is why I got into it because it has to do with stars.
Right.
So
astrology, right?
Yeah, astrology.
I think it's fun too.
You study astronomy and then you study astrology and then you combine the two, and this is how you make sense out of these things, because people think it's just made up or witchcraft, but it's not.
Exactly.
It's not that. It's just a study of something. Like in the ancient times, this is why the Mayans and the Incas and all of those people, the
Egyptians, all
they studied all these things. So it's not about witchcraft. It's just about knowing things that are deeper than what they look like. Because what is a star? Like a shiny light?
Right. What? Why do you think it's fun, Yuli?
Why do I think it's fun?
What do you find fun about the horoscope stuff?
I don't, because sometimes I'm like, is it that we really have these traits, or like since we're told and we're like, okay, so now I'm gonna be like this, but every time I meet a Virgo, we're the same person. Like we're the same person. And then Virgo's sister sign is Pisces, and one of my really good friends, she's a Pisces, and like we get along so well, and I'm like, it has to be, like it has to be.
So what's a sign that you don't get along with? Let's hear that.
Gemini.
Really? My mom was a Gemini. It's crazy.
But not like not get along with them as friends, but like in love and romantic aspects, like Gemini and Virgo are not like
not compatible.
No. So my grandfather was a Gemini and my grandmother is a Virgo, and they had a tumultuous relationship. So I'm like, okay. But then I've also like experienced that like as well.
So you still tried it?
Of course, twice, and it was horrible.
You were like, I should have known, but it's okay.
Another sign with like romantically in Virgo, or maybe it's just me and the person. It was Aries. We did not like vibe at all. No. At first we did, but like we just have different ways of like going.
They're too aggressive in my mind. That's what I see from it. Like my experience, Aries is too aggressive for us, for our liking.
Yeah.
Like, because we're smart mouths. So if you, like, always smart mouthing me, we're not going to get along because I'm going to go at it with you.
Aries?
Like, yeah, like, if you're my significant other, no me hables así because, yeah.
Yeah, but we be saying some slick ass shit.
We do, but I like the people that stay quiet, you know?
It's okay. We can say it, though.
Exactly. I'm going to say it, but your ass better stay quiet. I don't know. That's my vibe.
Girl.
All right. So, there's a little segment that we do.
Here we
here.
go.
A little rapid
Here
segment.
we go.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I don't know. We're not doing the fuego versus smoke anymore. This is a new one.
Okay.
I mean, I still want to do the fuego versus smoke, but Joe didn't want to do it last time. But whatever. All right. So this should be real quick. It's high heels or sneakers.
Depends on the fit and where I'm going. Because, you know, if I'm wearing something that a fresh pair of kicks, Dunks, or some Jordans would look better, then yeah. But like high heels, obviously, like just depends on the fit and the occasion.
Okay. Depends on the fit and the occasion.
Yeah.
Dogs or cats?
And the hairstyle too.
Oh, okay. The hairstyle.
The curly hair, like it has to like match. Dogs or cats?
Mm-hmm.
Dogs. I have 2 pugs, so I'm a dog person.
Dog person. Okay. Cooking or eating out?
Both, because I love to cook, but I love to like go out to eat. I love
Just to
try
get cute and take
exactly.
pictures?
But I like to eat good. Like I like to go to a restaurant and the food is fire. Like I don't like, you know how like in Miami there's so many like fancy high-end restaurants and you go and the food is just like shit?
Like
no,
whatever.
I like real good food.
Like what? What's your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant? Damn, that's hard. It changes a lot.
So do you love food?
It changes a lot for real?
Pardon?
You love food? Is that why you say it's hard to choose?
Yeah, I love food too much. And like my favorite restaurant I think is gonna be like a really like hole in the wall taco spot in Homestead. That's my vibe.
Really?
Fire.
Fuck with
Taco
tacos.
spot in Homestead.
That's
What
where the
is it?
real tacos are
Guys,
at.
girls love tacos. You guys gotta learn this.
There's one in downtown called Jacalito, and I tried it recently, and it got a 10 out of 10. I'm a taco connoisseur, so
Yeah.
like I know, like, you know, but that, yeah. So I don't know. I really just like good food and like good service. So it isn't really like, but I love chain restaurants too.
Really?
Yeah, like Chili's, like
Oh, okay.
I fuck with Chili's.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
Benihana's.
Flanagan's.
Flanagan's, yes,
Gotta
for sure.
love Flanagan's.
Flanagan's is a staple.
Of course, here in Miami, like you
For
need
sure.
to go to Flanagan's.
All right. Massage or facial?
None.
No?
So I don't like people touching me. And then the last facial that I got, I don't know what happened. And like my face just got really bad, and I almost went through like a depression.
Really?
Yeah, like it triggered like hormonal acne type shit, and I've never had acne, so it just triggered it like all around. Like it was really bad. I had to go to a dermatologist, and yeah,
Jeez.
so none.
Wow,
But I go to like the dermatologist, and I like take care of my face.
That's good. That's good. That's where you should go, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't be playing around. Let people play around with your face like
Yeah,
that.
don't be doing any
you
of
gotta
those.
know who you're trusting with that.
Yeah.
It's really like sensitive.
Don't be doing none of those underground spots.
For
All right.
real, please, guys, no. None of that.
And don't do it yourself either.
What's the worst job you ever had?
Okay, so it was my first job. I was a sales associate at Guess. It was fucking horrible. I got hired during holidays. I got
Ooh,
hired.
seasonal.
Yeah,
Seasonal.
They were
Terrible.
gonna slave you.
Girl, I got hired, and I remember it was Thanksgiving. It was Black Friday, and I was so excited. It was my first job ever. My parents didn't want me to get a job. I wanted to get a job because I was like, I want to pay for my prom dress. Like,
You were like, you gonna learn today.
you know how like they say that like people want to struggle sometimes. So I was like, and
You wanted to go through it.
yeah, I wanted to
You
go.
wanted to
yeah.
put yourself
So
through
I was
it.
in high school, right? And all my friends were like having jobs and stuff. My parents didn't want me to get a job. They're like, nah, like you don't need to work. Like just focus on school. And I was like, no, I want a job. I want to be, you know. So they were like, okay, whatever.
Miss Independent.
Miss Independent.
Siempre.
Was literally earning $9.50 an hour, right? And I was a sales associate there and whatever. So the first day I'm working there, the store is fucking packed. Hella people in that fucking store. I'm like, what the hell are you guys
Holiday
buying,
shopping.
bro? Like, why are you here? Like, the clothes aren't even that cute. Like, what are you doing, you know? For the sales, mind
as
you.
long as they say there's a sale, everyone's
Girl,
Girl,
gonna
you know what they
show
would do? They would raise the prices like a week before
Wow.
and then knock it down and
And
be
then
like,
knock
oh,
it down.
50%. And it was literally the price that it was like.
The
a month ago.
retail hustle. Pay attention, y'all. We giving y'all gems out here, man. We giving y'all
I didn't
jewels.
sign an
Literally.
NDA, so I'm gonna talk shit.
We gonna talk our shit now, guess.
So I was literally there, and I'm there folding. They would make you fold these obnoxious ass T-shirts that they have. I hate them. Like every time I see them, I'm like, oh my god. So they would have like tables filled with T-shirts, and whatever. It was my turn to fold. I'm folding, whatever, hating my life. This lady comes, okay? It was like a mama duck with like all her ducklings. It was like literally a bunch of kids. I'm like,
what a nightmare, bro. Retail is such a nightmare.
It gets worse. The smallest one has a bag of Cheetos. Orange Cheetos.
The napkin.
I'm folding white fucking t-shirts.
Wow. Don't tell me he's all.
The little girl just like grabs one of the t-shirts and cleans her hand. And I was like, bueno, I ain't saying shit because I'm not about to get in it with the mom. So I told my manager. And he's like, oh, go tell her something. I'm like, go tell her something. You go tell her. Like, the fuck? Why would I tell her?
You don't get paid enough for that.
Then she's going to start screaming at me. Like, what do you mean?
That's security detail.
No. So I was like the worst job ever. Like, horrible. Like, just.
Worst job. All right. Something that makes you smile.
Something that makes me smile. A lot of things, because I just smile for no reason. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but something that genuinely puts a smile on your face when you hear it. Or when you whatever.
When my grandma tells me she's proud of me. Or when my parents tell me they're proud of me. Or like, this happened the other day. Like, I got home from something and my parents were literally watching my podcast. And I was like, oh my God, like, I didn't tell them, like, hey, watch it. Like, they were just watching it. So just when my family is like proud of me or whatever.
That's a good feeling.
Story.
Go.
So my grandma, mind you, this is an 82-year-old lady, okay? Like, she loves reggaeton. And she loves Bad Bunny. And she loves Bad Bunny obviously because of me, but whatever. So one time I take her to the doctor and she's talking to her doctor, whatever. I don't know how this came into conversation. I guess he was like, oh, is tu nieta, whatever. And then my grandma was like, yeah, esto es un video de Bad Bunny. And she like looks up the video on YouTube and shows it to her doctor. And I'm there like, bro, why? She tells everybody, she's like, mi nieta tuvo un video de Bad Bunny, mi nieta tiene un podcast, mi nieta. So that like makes me like the happiest.
She makes
ever.
herself the most popular lady in the medical center.
Of course she's proud though. She's proud.
But I'm sure
but she's having a blast. She's like, hold on, I'm using this for me too. We both gonna be the star today.
Yeah,
I
for
bet
sure.
you the ladies are like, ay, esa mujer con su nieta con un grosero, no sé qué. But my grandma's proud of it. She's like, music is art, and she tells me that. She's like, did you write the song? No. Because, obviously, like,
what it says.
Like, harsh lyrics and everything. She's like, did you write the song? No.
Right.
Is the song written about you?
Right.
No. What is it? Acting. So who cares?
Right. You're the visual, girl. Keep being the visual.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's beautiful that grandma appreciates it that way and sees, like,
right.
your
Yeah,
part
because
in it.
sometimes they're just so different.
Yeah.
And, like, they have a different mindset
like,
that
my
they
entire
want to
family
support
is,
it.
like, for it. Like, I've never had any, Obviously, I've been in songs where, like, the fuck what they're saying in the song is like crazy. I've never been in a video that's like disgusting or nothing, but what they're saying in the song is like kind of like,
right.
For example, la difícil says y como Riley Reid no sé qué se mete en la rola y la shit like that, I don't do, but whatever. And I remember one of my aunts was like, ay, sí, a mí me gusta como tú sales en los videos, pero las cosas que dicen. And my grandma was like, bueno, eso actuando, eso no tiene que ver con ella.
Exactly.
It's true though. It's valid.
It's literally acting. It's
Shouts to abuela, man. She's on point.
She's on point.
You gotta love having abuela.
Literally. I'm sure like she's a popular lady in León
For sure, in León Medical Center. Mira, llegó. Esa es la que tiene una nieta que salió en el video de Bad Bunny.
She does it everywhere. And she'll like plug my podcast in now. And I'm like, well, no, free promotion. Thank you.
Hey, that's nothing. That's like a built-in marketing team right there.
That's a good thing about having a Virgo grandma. You don't gotta really have a filter because she don't have a filter either. So you're good.
You're blessed.
My grandma's a G, bro.
And whoever tells you something wrong about you, she gonna smack them.
She gonna,
all right.
yeah. She gonna
Girl,
go out.
I played the new Bad Bunny album for her. She's like, I'm like, do you like it? She's like, the beat is good. And it's like the craziest song that I can find.
Open-minded all the way. She's like, let me look at it from this side.
But yeah, she's a vibe.
Best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
Best piece of advice. I've gotten a lot of good advice, but the most recent one that I was like, damn, it was that whatever somebody does to you, like if they fuck with you or do something bad, it has more to do with them and more to say about them than about you. Okay, like a lot of people can be going through things that we don't know, that us in the exterior we don't know, and sometimes they just like act out or say things like, obviously if you come at me on some bullshit, I'm gonna defend myself, but I don't take it personal anymore. That, and then another one that was like, oh, don't take anything personally. Like that's literally the key to happiness. Like just don't take anything personally.
Real talk.
Yeah. So
like you said, a lot of times when that hater energy comes about, it's because they're just projecting.
Right, they're reflecting all of that onto you.
Yeah, very true. Okay, something you love to do on weekends?
Sleep until 1 p.m. Oh my God, this is all over. I'm so sorry.
You're good. Relax. You're good.
It's just like with my podcast, we have the mic like one of these, but like the stands like this, so I'm never this close.
Right.
Favorite thing I like to do on weekends is sleep until like 1 p.m.
Get your beauty sleep.
Get my beauty sleep.
Enjoy that for as long as you can.
Everybody's like, when you have kids, good luck. I'm like, my kid better be sleeping all day.
Good luck. You're gonna need some melatonin for that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember when I was little, my mom was like, it's nap time for everybody, and I'd be like, no, I'm gonna play. So
imagine.
There you go. Karma too, guys. Watch out for karma when you have kids.
So sleeping and cooking. Okay. I like to cook. And
what's your favorite thing to cook? Or like, what's your go-to thing? Like, it's simple.
You know what's crazy? I don't cook Cuban food.
Really?
Because like, I grew up eating it so much that como que no, whatever. But when I do get my cravings, it's a specific craving. Like, I'll crave like arroz con pollo con maduros. I don't know why. And it has to be from Versailles. I don't know. It's like, but I love to cook Mexican food. Like, I even make the salsas. Like from scratch.
you know how to make like chilaquiles rojos and chilaquiles verdes?
I've never done chilaquiles, but I've done like salsa verde, salsa roja, flautas, tacos of any kind.
So what do you do tacos?
All right, so I know where I'm going to brunch for on Saturday. To your house.
So like my great grandmother on my mom's side, which is super weird on the Cuban side, was Mexican. So we have Mexican in the family. And everybody, when I say that, they're like, oh, on your dad's side. I'm like, no, on my mom's side. So I don't know. I'm very like in tune with like Mexican culture. I love corridos. I love their food. I love their music. So yeah,
their food is good.
Shouts to the Mexicans because I do too. I love the corridos. I love the Mexican
really?
food.
You fuck with it?
I love the canela. Yeah, I love the corridos. The corridos are dope.
Fire. And honestly, I feel like when other people from different countries try to like, it sounds fucked up, but like when they try to do corridos or they try to do the collab with a Mexican artist with the corrido, it doesn't hit the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And I'm like, it's crazy. I don't know what it is that genre has that like. They have the sauce for that.
Yeah.
So when someone
it's
tries to,
authentic to them.
Exactly. So when someone else tries to do it, it's like I feel the same way with dembow though. Like when people of other countries like they try to do dembow, I'm like
it's not the same as the
Dominicans. It's not hitting like the Dominicans, but like there's some genres that I'm like, you know. But yeah.
I agree.
I feel you. All right, so what's at the top of your bucket list, kid?
Top of my bucket list?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Does that mean you've knocked it out for the most part?
Bueno, if you would have asked me this like a year ago, I probably would have been like, oh, having a podcast. I already did that. Okay, so in downtown, when you're like going to downtown Miami, there's this big ass billboard. I guess coming south, there's a big ass billboard. Right now they have a Miami Dolphins thing or whatever. And I tell all my friends.
Or like when you're on 995 going north?
Yeah. Okay, I think so. I'm not good with direction. But
yes.
going north, like whatever. There's a billboard and it has a Miami Dolphins. And one day, Dale con Yuli is going to be on that shit. Like my face and my logo that's right. Hold on, let me plug myself in real quick.
She's manifesting, guys. You got to learn about this stuff because it's real.
This logo here is going to be in that fucking billboard. We're going to run this
back and you know, we're going to see that up there.
So I guess that, and then I want like my podcast to be like, I want to be I was gonna say Latina version of Christina, but Christina was Cuban, so I want to be the 2023 version of Christina. So I want my podcast to be like the show that you need to come on when you're doing a media tour.
I would like to say the crossover mainstream bilingual version.
There we go. So
I was gonna say Telemundo, but I don't know if they're going for bilingual yet. You know,
not yet. But that's the whole thing. This is the new media.
We gotta make our own channel then, guys, with the Spanglish.
So I guess bilingual. Christina-esque thing, you know. But I want to do it young.
You know who you should have on your podcast? Like, you should go for it. And I think she would go for it. Kali Uchis.
I love her.
Oh, my God. I love her.
You need to get her on your show.
Kali Uchis is dope.
Let's manifest it.
Yes.
Come on.
Let's do that, Kali Uchis.
Her Lion album is fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Telepatia that a couple years ago.
Yeah, all her shit is fire.
Fire.
Dope. Kali Uchis is dope, man. Salute to her. Salute to the production team. My bro Riff had something to do with that team.
Really?
So salute to them. Yeah. I got a lot of homies out west that and she's really dope, man. I love her.
I love her style.
Yeah, I love her style.
I love it. Yes.
Who do you guys fuck with like in the Latin music? Like,
man, Anuel is my bro and Bad Bunny as well, man. Very, very, very dope artist, man. I mean, those guys, to me, they're like the top 1 and 2 right now in the Latin market. You know what I mean? I love what they're doing.
And you fuck with like this new wave of like reggaeton. Now there's going back to trap.
Yeah, I love it. Like I said, I love this new reinvention. I kind of think the old reggaeton was kind of played out with the same old,
It was getting very like merengue-ish.
Yeah,
and then
it
it's not that I have anything against merengue, but let's face it, merengue is more like something that we listened with our old folks, like with our parents. So it's like we fuck with it, but at the end of the day, it's not so much us. It's not like our generation so much.
And how about you?
Well, I am definitely an Anuel fan. Really? I went to the concert. It was lit. If I could go to another one, I would, because I feel like he, like from what I see on his Instagram, he did like different songs in different venues with different guests. So I'm like, damn, I wish I had the money to go. Like, I would have seen him in Orlando. It would have been a whole different show with a whole different bunch of people, which is amazing. Yeah. But other than him in reggaeton, I have to say, Arcángel. Let me see. Obviously, Nicky Jam was like when I was in middle school. I was more a Nicky Jam fan versus a Daddy Yankee fan.
But Nicky's another one. He kind of reinvented himself too.
He reinvented himself.
Back harder than ever,
It was. He had to get like with the modern.
He's another one. He had the story on Netflix. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh no, I loved it. I actually had the girl that plays his sister.
Really?
I just had her on the podcast.
Really?
She's dropping soon. Lely Hernandez.
Awesome.
She's actually Dominican, and she played Nicky's sister.
Wow.
But that's another one that he went through shit. You know, he was at the top with Daddy Yankee, and then drugs and all that. And then,
it's really, I mean, in a party vibe, it's easy to get lost. So shout out to people who come back out from that, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. Nicky's been through his ups and downs, but salute to him, man. Salute to everybody in the Latin market, because they're killing it right now. Like, I love what's going on in the Latin game, and they're doing numbers right now.
Dude, I just love how, like, not that we've not been like on the map, because obviously we have, and like since the 2000s with the Latin explosion and all that, but I'm so sorry, but like when you see the levels that these artists are at, speaking Spanish, like not singing anything in English, because at least Bad Bunny, he has not made a song in English. Maybe he has said like a word in this new album, but like seeing him like at Drake's level,
dating Kendall Jenner,
that's another thing. But
yeah, man. Yeah.
It's like, bro, this man is like at the top.
And with what you just mentioned about him like asking you to speak Spanish right now, I'm like, damn, they must really like each other then, because if he's willing to go through that.
That was 3 years ago.
Because I'm kind of not willing to go through that. And I love Spanish, but I honestly, like, I have to be with someone who speaks English to me at all times, to be honest, I think. Like,
no, but he speaks English, though. He's just...
Now?
I think maybe back then when they did the video together, he might have been...
He was a little bit more, I guess,
a little bit more green.
Him now, because they're like, yo, like, you want to be...
Those deals are going to be coming in English.
Honestly, I thought, my prediction was that he was going to play at the Super Bowl.
Really?
I really thought so. I was like, okay, it makes sense. He's at the top.
I said, if it wasn't last year, it's going to be this year, coming up.
I was like...
next Super Bowl.
I was like, you know, like he's dating Kendall Jenner. It makes sense. One of the most famous families, whatever. He's in the news for like English news, TMZ, everything. I was like, he has to. And then they said Usher, which obviously is fire. But I was like, shit, like I really thought Bad Bunny.
Well, you know, Usher is whatever. You know, he's on that song that J Balvin just sampled that is released, you know.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of surprise, you know. You know Jay's behind the whole Super Bowl thing now.
But I really thought Bad Bunny was going to be playing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But when
I think you're on the right track, though, because I look at it like I think the Super Bowl is getting more and more influenced by the urban, you know, the Latin urban as well as the hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I told you about Arman, the guy that was in the artist that he was on the Netflix show.
Right.
So Neon 16 did a collaboration with the Miami Dolphins. So Arman wrote an entire like song based on Braxton Berrios, who's like one of the only, I think, Latinos on the Dolphins.
Right.
And they made that song, they made the video and everything. So they're like, I guess they're like, okay, at least with Miami, it makes sense. Like you need to tap into like
you have to
the Latin world because it's Miami. But now with the NFL doing that, I'm like, okay,
that's opening doors for sure.
Yeah. I'm like, Bad Bunny is probably gonna play a Super Bowl either this year or next year.
Nah, I feel it. It's
That'd
coming.
Be great to look
and like I said, even if he doesn't do it, I'm sure J Balvin will pop up somewhere. You know, it's gonna happen. It's.
I mean, Shakira and J-Lo. Seeing that was crazy.
That was crazy.
And it was in Miami too.
That was big.
Like,
that was big. That was huge, actually. Like, I thought Pitt was gonna come out.
For real, I'm surprised they have. He's such like a party.
Why didn't J-Lo bring him, bro?
Imagine. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. You can't call it.
Honestly, I want Pitbull on my podcast. Everybody asks me, who's like one of your dream guests? Who's your dream? I'm like, yo, Pitbull. Like, bro, dale, like... Pitbull on Dale con Yuli. Like
we need Pit on Dale con Yuli. We need that. We need Pit on Fuego Talk too.
Yes, we do. Come on, Pit.
Do you know him?
Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah.
Come on, like when you used to pull up to Miami High, you gotta come bring it back.
Bro, I love
the Pit,
Pitbull, bro.
Yeah, that's my bro.
Like Calle Ocho. They need to bring back Calle Ocho.
Yeah, Calle Ocho hasn't gone anywhere. We just don't go anymore.
Nobody goes anymore. It was crazy.
They need to revamp it.
They need to revamp it and make it like they used to. I mean, you know, when I was younger, it was always a vibe.
The thing is, I feel, in my opinion, because I grew up in Little Havana, that's like my area. I feel that what happened is that when the gun violence got really out of hand, everyone just started, you know, not going anymore. Because for me, you know, I want to go back home. I have kids. I have to go back home.
Of course.
And it's like back then, it was more like there would be like gang fights and stuff, but it would be like bottle throwing, or people were getting stabbed. I'm not gonna lie, but you can kind of like most likely get out of that situation. You'll still go home.
That era was like when we were real young, like the gangs and that kind of stuff. Was when we were real young.
I never got to go because I always heard it was like like, you know, but
that was still happening in my time. So like I think the last time I went that it was still like that was probably like 2013 or 2014. Other than that, I think I stopped going. But I feel like that's what made it like stop, because
it got dangerous.
Yeah, it got so dangerous to the point where it's like now you have to worry about fights where guns are gonna be taken out versus like the same thing that happens on New Year's. You see all these things in Miami and it's like a big event and it's family friendly supposedly, but then you see people like stampeding out because they hear a gunshot. So
that could have been the Miami Coachella, bro. Can you imagine?
No, I mean, it pretty much was. Yeah, it pretty much was.
Pitbull
and shouts to Pit. Shouts to Pit, because he would always, after he was on, he would always have his own stage, and he would always, you know, bless us to come on his stage and always, you know, always show us love. So, you know.
Literally Miami legend.
Yeah, and it was always like a good vibe, positive vibe. You know, that's why I'm saying, I remember the early days of Calle Ocho, it was like that. It was gang infested and a lot of violence, and then it kind of simmered down and it kind of got under control, and it was a good vibe for a while. But then after, like you said, 13, 14, after that,
I think everyone stopped going.
Yeah.
That's like South Beach.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Nobody
wants to go out there anymore. Cause
it just became like the locals are like, I'm not going to go. Like I don't go to South Beach for nothing. Unless we have a gig or something, we have to show up. But other than that, I won't go.
I go there like on some low key shit, like going to the. I go to the garage, I park, I go to Joe and the Juice, get something to drink,
or
go to
Joe's.
The pool.
I go to Joe's Stone Crab a lot. That's the only place I go on South Beach. Joe's Stone Crab. I just go, I get the food, and I leave. Yeah, that's it. That's about it.
I remember like me and my friend. I guess we were walking out of the studio or whatever, and the studio where I record at, it's like connected to a hotel. And some guy comes up to us. He's like, "Oh, what's there to do in Miami? Can I go to South Beach?" And me and my friend were like, "Don't go there, bro.
Good luck. Wear a bulletproof vest."
I was like, "You can't even have dinner with your family." Don't go to South Beach. I'm like, I have not gone to South Beach. I think the most South Beach-ish would be what's that beach called? South Point, whatever. That's like the most.
South Beach Pier, the pier.
Yeah,
South
that
Point
one.
Pier,
and that's not even like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I was like, no.
But South Beach just became like, for the locals, we don't even mess with South Beach. Like
back in the
most of the locals are in Wynwood now.
Played out now, so whatever.
Back in the day, I used to always read up that like P Diddy and like J Lo and all the celebrities, Stefan, they would all like party there and shit. And I'm like, oh, it's crazy. Like
Mango's days.
Mango's, yeah. Wow, crazy. You guys threw it back right now. All right, so last thing that we before we go, we have a segment called "Get It Off Your Chest."
Let's go.
So anything you want to get off your chest, good, bad,
say.
Whatever, you go ahead.
This is your chance.
Time. You're not gonna ask me a question?
No, that's the question. Just get it off your
chest.
Yeah, whatever you want to get off your chest. It could be, you know, like I said, it could be positive, it could be negative, it could be whatever. Somebody is getting on your nerves.
Let's talk about Bad Bunny's new album. And I'm not saying this to like bring up the fact that I was in this video. That is not the case. I'm just a music I appreciate music, and it just recently dropped. People are complaining that the album is rude, que es grosero, que le está tirando a todo el mundo. That album is 2016 trap vibes, okay?
We need that back.
Exactly. In trap music, what happens in trap music? It's tiraderas here. Yeah. This person, you know, that's what it is.
That's the vibe.
If you don't fuck with trap music, you're not gonna like the album. If you fuck with trap music, you might like the album. 90% chance you might like it.
Facts.
That. Another thing, people that use fake accounts to hate on other people. I personally am not going to take you seriously if you don't have your real account. Like, if you're going to say something about me, put yourself out there. Then we can have a discussion. Something. And then... Oh, okay. All these podcasts that like to put women in negative lights, get a job. Oh my God, I keep kissing the mic, yo. They're going to eat me up with this one. Stop trying to put women in negative light.
Stop hating on the girls, man.
Exactly.
Stop hating on the girls.
And then, yeah, I don't know.
Anything else?
That was good.
No, that's good. Take a cue from Fuego Talk, man. We putting the girls on a platform and empowering them.
Exactly. Yes. I remember
show love.
When you guys hit me up, I was like watching your stuff, obviously, and I was like, I fuck with this. Like, you guys have like really cool like business owners. I don't know if it was you guys, but there was somebody, I forgot who was on, but I was actually like watching the episode. And I was like, okay, like on Instagram, I was like, okay, I fuck with this. Like, they're not putting women in like a negative light or like asking stupid questions. You know, it's a vibe. So
we're not on that.
Yeah.
We want to show love. We want to put the girls. We feel like the women are winning right now. Exactly. My partner and I, he's always saying it. Women are winning, and it's the truth. I think that, like you said, most of the girls that have sat in that seat are business owners, entrepreneurs. They're single moms
doing cool shit that needs to get.
They're juggling so much and just looking great shit while doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, like I've seen stuff. I'm like, damn, like.
Yes, and that's the point. I feel like you guys got to get love shown because you guys need the credit. You guys deserve the credit. You've worked hard for it.
Exactly.
Especially like girls like you that have a degree, that went to school, that followed through, because that's like he's always bigging that up, because that's the ultimate level of commitment. That's
extra mile,
yeah.
I want to go back to get my master's.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm like,
only a matter of time, though.
Yeah. I'm like,
and you're already doing your thing. You're already working on your pod. You're already doing your thing. You're doing your thing modeling, and you're doing a great job. So you're already on the right track.
I think it's also that old school Cuban way of like raising your kids. I can only speak for Cubans because like obviously I'm Cuban, but it was always like, you need to go to college. You need to like, maybe college is not for everybody. College is not for everybody. That's normal. Like, that doesn't mean like if you don't go to college you're not successful. But at least in my family it was like, you got your degree, and my parents were always like, you can go do all your modeling, we support you, but you need to have that backing because that's not gonna last forever.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, it's not. We all age, and in the modeling world, like once you're like, I'm already 25, so it's a little, like at 30 it's kind of like they kind of discard you, which is stupid. I hope like we move on past that. That's another reason why I was like, okay, now I need to like dive into my podcasting and use the connections that I made from modeling for the podcast, and then actually like put my skills and everything, because I always told myself like,
no, and that's why your acting classes are gonna come through for you, because obviously you might not be able to model like all this hip music and stuff later on, but you could still do like production, like other things.
Absolutely.
Literally a bucket list I just remembered. I want to be in a novela. They need to bring back novela.
You would look great in a novela. You totally.
Do you just want to do novelas, or are you willing to act?
No, I want to do movies and everything, but I need to do it for the culture, like a novela, like one of those really dramatic ones.
Oh yeah.
Where like you slap,
where you slap people,
like, roll down the stairs, like that type shit.
Juliana, no puedo creer.
That was hilarious.
The real dramatic ones. Hey, but shouts to your parents because they did a great job with you. Shouts to
Truly,
Abuela.
I agree.
Yes,
thank you.
Shouts to Abuela. Shouts to your parents because excellent job. And Dale con Yuli, right? Follow at Dale con Yuli.
Dale con Yuli.
And follow at Keeping Up with Yuli, right?
Keeping Up with Yuli _. Listen, the name is long as fuck, okay? It's long. I hate it.
Yes.
Like, I had it in college. I wanted to change it, whatever. Then people started annoying me through it. I want to change it to La Yuli. But somebody has it, and that person has a podcast, and I'm like, they're definitely not gonna like.
Damn, like, this is like this is you, but in another multiverse.
Like a bizarro world.
So my friend was like, yo, like hit them up, be like, yo, like I'll pay you for the ad. I was like, yo, when she sees that I have a podcast as well, she's gonna be like $5K, and I'm not paying $5K for a fucking.
Yeah, nah, relax. She's probably just gonna
nothing. It's for a reason.
Listen, I'm gonna get to a level where I can call Zuckerberg and be like, delete the account and give it to me.
We'll get there. We'll get there. You on your way.
But yeah, Dale con Yuli, Keeping Up with Yuli, and shout out to you guys for having me on. So follow Fuego Talk on all platforms.
Yes, absolutely. You already know, man. Thank you so much for coming.
Dale, you gotta bring Pitbull to the podcast.
Yeah, no, we're definitely gonna do it. And you're still booking your own gigs, right? for your own modeling gigs and stuff?
I'm my own manager.
So if anybody needs you for a video, they can just hit you up, right?
If anybody needs me for a video, hit me up in the DM, but come correct. Okay,
Yes.
don't ask me.
Get your budgets right, man. Get your budgets
Please
right,
talk
man.
numbers and respect.
Yes, man. Respect the game.
That sounded so mean, y'all. I'm
Strictly
really nice.
business. Oh, we over here. We all bodyguards, girl.
No, but it's all good. Yeah, for real.
When I
Listen,
started-
you're now part of the Fuego family, all right?
Exactly.
You're part of our little extended Fuego family, all right?
Thank you.
And we tell everybody, you got any pressure, anybody got smoke with you, you hit us up. We handle that.
Nah, like honestly, when I first came in here, you gave me that old school Miami vibe, and I was like, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. So
We fuck with you too, Julie.
and
Thank
she's
you
a
so
Virgo,
much.
so I fuck with her too. And I
Thank
fuck
you.
with him because
Yes.
he's
Mark
out
the
here. He's
shooter.
been laughing and shit. Like
That's Mark the shooter. You already know.
He's not talking, but I know he's vibing. But thank you so much.
And you
for
got your
everyone.
shooter in the background too, man. So
Hey,
you
Shout
know,
out to
we know you
Gino.
came ready. Yes, man. Salute to Yuli, man. You
But
already
yeah,
know, man.
anything you guys need, if one of your artists or anybody needs to come on a podcast, I'm down. I
Definitely.
fuck with music. I love helping people, and like you said, we're locked in.
We'll definitely
Locked
lock in real
in.
soon. You
Ain't
already
no
know.
switching up.
Keeping up with Yuli, y'all. You already know, man. Fuego Talk. You be the underboss.
Good night.
Eunice, the Virgo goddess. Mark the shooter. You already know. Love. We out.
Did you ever do radio?
Did I ever do radio?
Yeah. Yeah, like his voice.